Hey everyone, it's Alexia and welcome back to today's video. Doing another sit down video and it's a little different. I have been seeing a lot of people do similar videos to this and I wanted to do it for crochet. So today I am doing a Reddit reading and it's Am I the A-hole? It's basically just people asking like, am I the butthead for crocheting? ... Sorry, I know I probably did not explain that very well at all, but I'm also sure that you guys have seen similar videos to this. So anyway, I picked out three posts that I'm gonna read, and hopefully I am also making a twisted headband for my friend's mother. So grab your crochet project if you have one, grab a drink. I don't have any coffee today. I have my big water bottle, but grab a drink and let's get into today's video. So the first one is from 4 years ago. Am I the asshole for crocheting for my sister instead of her buying from a small business? I, 15 male, sister, 15 female, and dad, 39 male, mom, 45 female. My sister wanted to buy some amigurumi plushies off of Etsy. We don't have our own debit card, so our parents order and we give them the money. My sister sent a link of what she wanted to buy, and my mom refused to let her buy it because it was 65 pounds for one plushie. My sister really wanted a plushie, so I offered to make her one if she paid for the pattern. I had little experience with amigurumi, but I have crocheted for years and always made stuff for others. So I made the plushie. I used my own yarn, so my sister paid me 25 bucks for the pattern, and then the few hours it took to make it. I wasn't concerned about price because it's my hobby and I have too much yarn anyway. My sister posted pictures of the finished plushie on Instagram and tagged me to thank me for making it. It turns out that my sister was DMing the seller. I got a DM from the seller saying that it was an awful thing to do because I stole a sale from them. And they DM'd my sister too, saying pretty much the same thing, which makes me think I'm an asshole because others also said that I should have let my sister buy from a small business as they need to make money. My mom and dad and my sister are on my side. They say it's fine because I bought the pattern and the seller is being an asshole for contacting me. All the people telling me otherwise are making me doubt myself. So, am I the asshole? And there's a little edit underneath that. I bought the pattern from an entirely different seller. Edit number 2. I presume my sister was DMing the seller to inquire about the products. I have not seen their conversation. I just know they were contacting each other. I only saw the message in response to the post. There's like different levels to break down here. So one, you guys are 15. Both of you guys are 15 years old, and you guys don't have your own debit cards. Your parents said no, they don't want to pay $65 for a plushie, which is totally understandable because crochet is obviously handmade. It takes time, especially if depending on what kind of plush yarn you're buying. Some of it can be a little expensive, so $65 makes sense. It also makes sense that your mom doesn't want to pay for it because that's expensive. But then you decided that you were going to pay for the pattern and make it for your sister. So it's not like this person was, I'm assuming that the pattern that you bought was the same pattern for the plushie that you wanted. And if you bought the pattern, you should be able to make it. That's kind of the whole point of patterns. If you know how to crochet, make it. It's going to be cheaper than you just buying it outright. I don't think your sister, though, should have contacted the seller. There was no reason to continue having the conversation with the seller if you weren't going to buy anything from them. And then on the other side of that coin, I don't think that the seller should have came after you saying that you took a sale away from them, because anyone, regardless of skill, talent, whatever you want to call it, can pick up a crochet hook and learn how to crochet. And if they bought the pattern for this plushie and they made the plushie, it's out of your hands. I think that probably the seller was upset because it wasn't their own pattern that they bought and were trying to sell plushies for, and that's probably why they're upset. But anyway, like I said, anyone can pick up a crochet hook and learn how to crochet. I'm on your side. I don't think that you were the asshole, and it looks like Reddit voted that you weren't the asshole. So yeah, I would just say your sister shouldn't have kept in contact with the seller. You bought and paid for the pattern, you made it, it's fine. This person said, exactly, their mom wouldn't allow them to buy it, so they didn't rob anyone of a sale, and no one is owed a person's business to begin with. And it turns out that the plushie that they were making, it was a bumblebee, and bumblebees are like super easy to make because you're just making like a tube. This comment said too that you were nice enough to buy a pattern. You probably could have found a free video on YouTube on how to do it, but you paid someone for the pattern. So yeah, I don't think you're the asshole. We're gonna move on to the next one. Am I the asshole for stealing a pattern? Hey Reddit, I, 26 female, have been crocheting for about 6 years now. I mostly do it for fun and enjoy making things for my family. I was making a frog designed by @Stitching with Sab and thought it would look cute if it had long legs. So I made a design with long legs and named it Leggy Frog. I was recently contacted by @NotJadeCo saying I stole her pattern and am claiming it as my own. I told her that I didn't copy her work and came up with this idea. I asked if she can share her work, paid pattern, so I can compare if it's the same. She did not share. She continues to harass me via direct message, saying I copied her work and I need to remove my free pattern. I give credit to all pattern that is not mine on my social media pages. I'm open to suggestions and thank you in advance. It looks like it's another amigurumi issue. The issue that I have with this is, especially now that amigurumi is trending, there are a lot of very, very similar looking plushies, and a lot of people do sell the same thing. Whenever I go to vendor events, I always see people who have those like leggy frogs, as she was saying. Bumblebees are also super popular, and it's kind of hard to distinguish like stealing a pattern because it's mostly just basic crochet stitches. The same thing with the leggy frog. Basically just a rectangle with some chains for legs. It's nothing super duper complicated, and I don't think you stole her pattern. I think if you were using a pattern designed by Stitching with Sob and you said that you thought it would look cute if it had long legs, maybe just like reference that pattern. But I also don't know if that pattern was free or not because you released your own free pattern for the whole thing. It's kind of a toughie. I don't think you were the asshole, but I think you should at least reference Stitching with Sob because, oh, but you weren't even contacted by them. You were contacted by a totally different person. Let me see what the comments. I mean this in the nicest way, but my explore page is constantly filled with similar looking frog designs. So while I believe you created your own design, I wouldn't say either are unique enough for them to make such a big deal about it. Just block them and keep making your cute frogs. Everything is very similar now, especially with amigurumi and it becoming trendy. Like everyone's making the same thing. Frogs, chickens, bees, they all look the exact same. I think you're fine. I don't think you were the asshole. Okay, I think we're gonna do like one or two more. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law it's rude to crochet everywhere? I have personal experience with this one because I bring my crochet with me anywhere that I go, any family gathering, and if we're going, like yesterday we went to the mall, brought my crochet with me. Personally, before I even like read what this person wrote, I'm just gonna call you an asshole because leave this person alone. My sister-in-law does crochet. It's literally become her personality. She started doing it after her and my brother experienced a second trimestral loss earlier in the year. Now she does it everywhere. I work in the same place she does, and I've seen her crocheting at her desk during her breaks and lunch. My brother says it's how she relaxes. Apparently, it helps calm her busy mind. Every week or so, we have family dinners over at my parents' house. Since my sister-in-law has been crocheting, she brings it with her. She just sits in the corner after dinner working on a project. My brother often sits with her and they'll talk quietly. Both her and my brother are quite introverted. If she ends up sitting with my wife or another sister-in-law, she's crocheting. I recently invited her and my brother to watch a film at my house, and again, she was sat crocheting through the whole film. It's rude because she's not paying attention to anyone. Tonight, my brother posted a picture of them where they were out having a couple drinks in the pub. Yet again, she was crocheting. It was on the table in the picture. In the comments, she was joking with her friends that she'll be able to see where on her whip that she got drunk, as it'll be all drop stitches and she'll have to start again. Her social media is full of posts about crochet, about what she's working on, the yarn or pattern she bought, or the trips she and my brother take to go to specific yarn stores. I've had enough of her being rude, and I commented under the post it was rude that she kept crocheting everywhere and she needed to stop being so antisocial all the time. She didn't comment back, but one of her friends did tell me to F off and that she can crochet wherever and whenever she wants. I responded by saying, in that case, crocheting is banned in my house, so she'll have to socialize in the future. My brother deleted my comments before my sister-in-law got to see them. I know this is because he told me when he messaged me telling me that I was being a prick and her crocheting wasn't hurting anyone. He said that she's currently crocheting all the time because she's making gifts for friends and family. BS, because we don't do gifts for adults in the family anymore. He told me that they wouldn't be coming around anymore until I apologized to my sister-in-law. I'm not apologizing because it's rude not to give people your full attention. You are 100% the asshole. I'm just gonna start out by saying it. If she's working on a project that involves a pattern and she's constantly looking at it, that's definitely going to require a lot more attention. But like, for example, when I go out to a gathering, I'm actually going out today with my friend to go see a hockey game. I'm bringing a project that is predominantly granny square so that I don't have to pay attention to it and I can still pay attention to like what's going on around me and be involved. But also, I am introverted and I totally get sitting in the corner and just wanting everyone to leave me the F alone while I crochet. We have ears, like we're still listening to what's going on around us. We might not be like directly involved in the conversation, but we're still aware about like the situation. You're being so petty to the point that you're banning it at your house and you're going to force her to socialize. As a fellow introvert, that is that is the most terrifying thing for me, and I'm just never going to talk to you again. I'm never going to see you. I'm never going to talk to you because how dare you tell me that I cannot bring my yarn. I want to read the comments. This person said, "You are the asshole." I think it's great that you've said she can't come to your house because it will give her more time with her husband and people who are kind to her. You sound awful in general, so I'm not sure anyone should listen to your idea of what is rude. Crocheting while watching a film isn't rude. Crocheting on work breaks isn't rude. Crocheting in a living room during a casual family get-together isn't rude. Being a quiet introvert isn't rude. Having a hobby you enjoy and talking about it on social media isn't rude. It's pretty much what social media is for. She is actively participating in events with family and friends. She's joking with friends. She sounds like she's doing fine. Being controlling and insulting is rude, though. You're rude. I 100% agree with that. She's actually going to family gatherings and dinners. I am rude because I don't go to family gatherings because I am very introverted and I don't want to be bothered in like a large group or like a large crowd. I'm pushing myself to be a little more out there with people. So she's doing better than I am because I probably wouldn't even go to a family or friend like gathering because I would rather be crocheting, and that makes me the asshole personally. So I think she's doing fine, and I think that you, my good sir, are definitely the asshole. This person commented, "I can hold a full conversation or pay attention to a movie while I crochet. I can't do that with my phone in my hands. I'm a fidgeter and need something to do with my hands, so I picked up crafting. I need something to do with my hands at like all times." But you are a selfish jerk who is going to die alone because I pity the person who ever becomes your wife. I'm gonna find one more. So the next one is, am I the asshole for refusing to crochet something for my mom? I, 16 female, have been crocheting for around 3 years now, and every year I make my mom, 52 female, a crochet gift for her birthday. The first year I gave her a hat and she gave it to a family member as it wasn't what she wanted. And last year I ended up giving her a blanket which was supposed to be a cardigan, but I had to change as I decided a cardigan was above my skill level. I ended up giving that to her on Christmas instead as I was quite busy that year and was going through some mental health issues, which she knows about. Every time she gets her gift, she complains about something like, "Oh, I wanted something else," or "This is not the color I wanted." So this year, she asked me, "Can you make me a sweater?" I told her no, as a sweater is a time-consuming project. I struggle with making stuff in other people's measurements, and she had complained each time I made her something. She was also saying that it would be less time consuming if I made the sweater in a looser knit, which is not the case. I was telling her that I would be happy making her anything else, but a sweater was just too complicated for me. Or if she only wanted the sweater, I would not make her anything at all. I understand her wanting something she could wear, but I simply do not believe I would be able to make one for her. Am I the asshole? I don't think you are, because if you're openly telling her that it's above your skill level and you're not confident making it, I wouldn't make it for her. If you're interested in advancing your skills and learning new techniques, I would maybe do like a practice sweater, and if it comes out crappy, you can always frog it and reuse the yarn, or you could try just making a simple sweater for yourself first and just playing around with it to get comfortable and then make one for her. But also, you've made her multiple things in the past. You made her a hat, you made her a blanket, and the hat she gave to somebody else, and the blanket she complained that it's not what she wanted or the color. So at that point, I would just stop making stuff for her. And I don't know how big the blanket is, but blankets are very time consuming. And if you were to charge minimum wage for a blanket that took you even like 100 hours, right? More or less, but we'll just say 100 hours. 100 hours, and let's say she paid you, like, easy math, like $10 an hour. Okay, that's $1,000 just for your time in making it for her. And I don't think that's something she understands, because crochet is obviously a very, as I said before, time consuming hobby. So if she's been ungrateful about the first two things you gave her, I'm not. Even with my friends and family, if it's something small like a headband or some scrunchies, I don't mind giving those away. But when my mom asked me to make a sweater for her, but I charged her $120 for the sweater because it's time consuming, and I'm not just going to give that away for free. So I don't think you're the asshole. I think your mom is the asshole here. Let's read the comments. To be honest, if someone complained after I handmade them something even once, I wouldn't be getting them gifts again. Maybe a gift card or something. It's a tumultuous task to create something like that, and she is not obligated to it, nor does she have any right to demand it. That's before even considering she shit on your hard work last time you did it. I 100% agree with that. And then the person who asked if she was the asshole, responded and said, yeah, my policy is I make you something once. If you don't like it, that's fine. That's my policy with all gifts, but I'm not making you something again. Yeah. And also, when it comes to gift giving handmade items, I usually always ask if there's anything that they would want or need before I just make something. Because if I made a hat for someone but they already own like 5 hats, it's not something that they really need. Or this year, I am thinking for the holiday season, just bringing like a giant basket and just putting a bunch of handmade things. And if somebody wants something out of the basket, they can have it. If not, no big deal. And also because your skill level, as you said, is not super good yet, when you give away a handmade piece that isn't up to par or up to your quality standard. One more comment. My kid has made me things, and they wouldn't be worth any more to me had they been spun from gold. No way in hell would I ever give any of it away. Her actions have proven that she doesn't appreciate your efforts, so there's no real motivation at all to give any more effort. You are going to make a sweater and then she'll give it away because the knit is too tight, she doesn't like it, the color, etc. Yeah, 100%. It's your mother. She should value anything that you make. It's kind of like when your kid makes like a crappy drawing and then you have to put it on the fridge and you have to like display it. It's the same concept, where you're just proud because your kid made something for you specifically. So yeah, I don't think you're the asshole. I think your mother is the asshole, and I would like to have a conversation with her about her choice in parenting, because oh my gosh. And that is the last one that I'm going to go over today. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. I know it's a little different from my vlogs, but as I stated in past videos, I want to try to branch out and do different things and talk about different things, and I think this is a great way to interact with the crochet community and call out people who are rude, because there's a lot of stigmatism, I think, when it comes to crafting and crochet. Most of the time, people who aren't familiar with the craft don't really appreciate what crochet is. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all down below. Please don't forget, I also have a Etsy channel, or I have a Etsy page where you can find all of my handmade items for sale. I also have a Twitch account that you can follow down below. That's where I play games like Baldur's Gate. It's been like my favorite game at the moment. And I also have a YouTube VOD channel where I upload my Twitch VODs. And someone commented, thank you, that there is no audio for my VODs that I've been putting up. So thank you for letting me know. I did not realize. I'm going to have to look into my settings and figure out what is going on with that. But anyway, I digress. I am going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.